Today I'm just going to show you how to make a quick shoot 'em game using the Scratch program. Standard layout when you start the program up. What we're going to do is just going to delete the cat. We're going to just choose 4 random sprites. So if you just use that one and that one, that one, that one, and what we do, we just want to shrink them down a bit, not too easy. Obviously the different sizes they are, they're easier to shoot and not, so you can adjust that to how you want it. So what we're going to do, we're going to make the program up. We'll make it just for the first sprite, and then we can copy it onto the others or drag them into it, which I'll show you in a bit. It'll just be easier than just keep constantly switching between them all. So just go to your first sprite, and as most games or most controls, if we just start with a green flag, so it's when green flag's clicked. What we wanted to do is get him to move around. So if we go to move 10 steps, but on this game we want him to move around the stage and not be easy to hit. We don't just want him just to slowly move along and across, so we're going to get him to fly around a bit. So on this one we're going to use an operator, and we're just going to do random steps. So if we do something like, you can adjust this to how you want it, game player, but if we just, for this project, we'll just put in 25 to 45, so he'll move randomly between 25 and 45 steps. And the same again for the turn, so you can even make it turn left or turn right. And if you go to operators, we'll just go for a random again and choose, say, between 10 and say 25. So he's going to randomly move between 25 and 45 steps, and he's going to turn between 10 and 25 degrees. So you just get a control. Oh, we also don't want him to go off the edge, because if he flies off the edge, then obviously it's got away from the game. So if you just go to motion and choose if on edge, bounce. So it just means he'll bounce off any of the edges of the game. And to continue to do that through the game, you just get it forever and just wrap it around it, and just give that a try. So it's just the yellow one. You'll see he just flies around, which is not too bad. As I say, you can make him speed up, slow down. It's totally up to you on that. And we'll grab him there. And that's it. So that's a basic start. So what we want to do is get something to shoot at him. So if you just go to paint a new sprite, click on the circle. Same again, doesn't matter what shape. We'll just have it a circle. Something like that. And we'll just have undo that. Sorry, what, straight line. Awkward. There we go. And then just one across. Something like that. There we go. Straightforward. You can make it a bit more fussy if you want, but that's just the basics. So all we want to really do on the target is just to follow the mouse around, so we can use that as our targeting. So I want to go to the control, So same again, when the green flag's clicked, we just want him to go to the mouse pointer. So it'll just basically follow your mouse around the screen. And same again, that do forever in the game. So if we just test that, click on the green flag, and it'll just follow him around, and then we'll have to do the shooting. So same again, go back to your first sprite. You can actually recall it whatever you want to, target 1 or alien 1 or whatever you want to call it, just in that box. And now on this one, what we want to do is tell it basically what happens if the target hits the alien. So for this one, what we'll do is just use the space bar. Doesn't matter what key again it is, just going to keep it with the space bar, and that'll be basically you shooting your trigger. And what you want to click then is forever if, if, there we go. And then what it'll do, go sensing. So if touching, click on that mouse pointer, looks, and then you want it to hide. So because we put a hide in there at the beginning of the game, what we'll have to do is get him to show. If not, it'll just constantly hide. Let's clean that up a bit. So same again, we'll just give that a quick try. So if I click the space bar, you can see it's not easy, because it's really got to hit him exact. There we go, he'll hide. And then we press green flag again, he'll come back. So that's one way of doing it. You can actually add on now, what we can do is just change his costume, so you can change to something else when we know we've shot him. So if we go to costume and then import, and then what we'll do, there is a ghost here, so we'll shoot him, go to the ghost. So if you go back to your scripts, what you can simply do then is at the beginning switch to Fantasy 1, and then at the end of it, if we just clean that up a bit, what you can do then is when he is shot, he will switch to costume Ghost 2, and then if you get him to wait, I don't know, a second or 2 seconds, and then he'll hide, so say 2 seconds, and we will then just give that another try. So he's flying around. If I can get him, there he goes. Fly to maybe that's a little bit too long, ghost, so we just say 1 second. So we'll just try that again. I can get him shot, as I say. There you go, 1 second, then he disappears. So it's quite straightforward, that. Not a lot else I can add to it, I think, at this point. What we can do then is, if you grab the top column and then drag it across to your second alien, same again for your third one, and same again for your fourth one, and do the same with the second. There we go. And the last one there. It just means that all your aliens will be the same, but remembering we've just got to add the second ghost to them all. That's the only thing you'll have to really adjust in it. So I want to go to the second one there, and same again for this one. You can change it to different things, it doesn't all have to be the same, it's totally to you what you do. We're just going to make it as easy for you to follow, really. Let's go to ghost. So there we go. So as we press, sorry about that, what we'll have to do on these, sorry, is get him to show and hide at the beginning. So switch to fantasy 1 at the beginning and the ghost on the second one, and the same again, fantasy 1 and third one, fantasy 1. So if you press it, you see how they've all just shoot them. There's always one that I can't get. A bit. I'm sure you'll be. There we go. Right, so that's what we can do on there, and then obviously there's a couple of little things we can do now. What we can do, we can set it to a time. You can set it to points, but obviously there's only 4 items, so points doesn't really make much difference. What we're going to do, we're going to set it to a time, and the best probably way to do this is if you just click on your stage and you just want to make one of these, which is a new variable. So if you just click on that and then make a variable, and we'll set it a time there, like that. So same again, when the game starts, we will set our time to, if you go to variables, here it says set time to. So what we'll do, we'll have a countdown. You could actually do a count up, which would then obviously see how quick you can do it. Or for this one, we're just going to do set it to 15 and we'll make it count down. We do that by, obviously we've set it to 15, and then what we want to do is forever wait 1 second, and then if you go to your variables, change time by -1. Because we're doing a countdown. Obviously if you were doing the opposite, you'd just leave it to 1 and it would add up in time. So if you just go back to that again, and if you just watch the time, I'm trying to shoot them, which I'm not very good at by the look of it. That's always the last one, and it's going minus. So what we want to do then, we'll have to get, because it just continue to go down till I shoot it, is we want to have a game over. And so when it gets to 0, the game will just totally stop. So if we just create a new sprite and just do a text like that, and change it to say, I don't know, 36, doesn't really matter, and we will call this game over, like that, and we click OK. So now we've got a game over, and what we do on the scripts there, as all the others, is when the green flag's clicked, we don't want to see it at the beginning, so we just click hide. And then what you want to then choose is forever if, and then go to your operators and choose the equal, go to your variables, and time equals, click in there, 0. We want it to show, and then stop all, which is in the control, and just drag across the stop all. You can make them all hide. You can do a lot of different things with this, but it's just a basic stop of the game. So if we just enhance the screen, click on your green flag, and we just try and shoot them like that. Not very good, as you can see. I'll leave the last one till it gets to 0 and it's game over, you can't continue to play. The other thing we can do is with the stage, just choose a different background. If we import, I don't know, nature, I don't know, or even woods, something like that. Maybe that's a bit dark. Choose this one here. I want it something so you can see the background. Get rid of the other one like that, and then we'll just give that another try. Just click on it there. This time I actually will try and get them all if I can. I'm so bad at this. No, game over. And that's it really. I would just suggest just adjust to how you want to play really. There's so much you can just add on to it. You can add on points, as I said, but I don't really see the point. There's only 4 of them, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed that little short project. I could also in the future, what I might do is add on, say, like a different levels or buttons where you can press to start game, end game, and hopefully we'll do that soon. Thanks for watching, until next time.